I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for our town of Boonville and all the people who work to make it a great place to live. Be with us and guide us as we sort through the issues of the day and help us to make decisions that will be to the benefit of all. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you. Thank you, Susan. Roll call.
Meadows.
Here.
Howard.
Here.
Carmel.
Here.
Gilbert.
Here.
Venable.
Here.
Turner.
Here.
Stock. And Young.
Here.
Hearing of citizens' comments, if somebody has something they'd like to come on up to the podium and speak to us about, please do so.
Public hearing.
And we have a public hearing at 7 o'clock. Here it is, to consider proposed rezoning of approximately 4.89 acres located at 1290 Locust Street, Boonville, Missouri. The property is currently zoned as R2 to be considered for rezoning to C1, local commercial district zone. Are there any public comments relative to that? Okay, the public hearing will be closed. Approval of the minutes of the July 5, 2022 council meeting. Any suggested changes or corrections?
Ned, the only thing I had in there is when we were talking about the property, with Mr. Joint, there was in the memo it said 100 feet, and in the actual thing it was 10 feet. We had that discussion.
Yeah,
I
it was
wanted to
just a
make sure it
typo,
was
I believe.
10
Okay,
feet.
do you know which page?
Well, so there's nothing in the minutes is
Oh,
what I'm saying.
excuse me. Okay.
Yeah, so
I
it would
didn't
go
get
in
that
4.
discussion, that's what you're saying,
Yeah.
right?
Yep,
Okay.
and that'd be on page 4. And
Yeah, I see it.
I just want to make sure that gets corrected, that it's not 100 feet, it's 10 feet.
Okay. Good catch. Anybody else?
Yeah, hey, I had a comment at the end on miscellaneous, and if you want
What page? Sorry.
page 6
Okay.
of the meeting minute notes, I'd just go ahead and strike my comments. I had a talk with him after the meeting, and they actually got it done and fixed, so there is no reason for me to send pictures.
You clear? Are you clear with what you wanted?
So you want me to take that out of the minutes?
Yeah, I had a talk with him after the meeting. He didn't need to see the pictures, so I didn't send him.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, the minutes will stand as corrected. There are no consent items tonight. Presentation of accounts and claims on page 7.
Ordinance appropriating money. Be it ordained by the council of the city of Boonville as follows. Section 1, for the purpose of paying salaries in various accounts against the city of Boonville, which have been allowed by the council at the regular meeting thereof on July 18th, 2022, the sum of $555,042.46. General fund, $274,802.60. Sanitation, $40,268.63. CIP tax, $78,009.64. Waterworks, $37,800.36. Capital projects, $13,671.17. Wastewater, $75,429.65. Tourism, $16,434.34. Gaming, $17,525.76. Parks water, $1,100.31. Timber sales tax, $0.00. Economic development projects, $0.00. Section 2, the accountant is hereby authorized and instructed to draw checks on the respective city bank accounts in favor of the persons whose salaries and accounts have been allowed as above, amounting to $555,042.46, being the total amount of money being appropriated. This ordinance shall take effect and be enforced from and after its passage, first reading on July 18, 2022, read for the second time this July 18, 2022, since a copy was made available prior to the meeting.
Second reading, title only.
Ordinance appropriating money.
Mayor, I make a motion that we approve these accounts and pay them.
Thank you, Susan. Second.
Second.
Thank you, Whitney. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Meadows.
Yes.
Coward.
Yes.
Harville.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Venable.
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
And Young.
Yes.
Unfinished business. Item A, second reading of bill number 2022-015, authorizing and approving an agreement with the Water District for a buyout.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri, authorizing and approving an intergovernmental agreement by and between the City of Boonville, Missouri and the Consolidated Public Water Supply District Number 1 of Cooper County to supply water for recently annexed properties along the Highway 87 corridor, including city-owned properties Hale Ridge Golf Course and Jesse Verto Memorial Airport, as well as the Fox Hollow subdivision, property owned by Troy Thermic Construction LLC, providing an effective date therefore and repealing all ordinances in conflict with this ordinance.
Is there a motion?
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve this bill.
Thank you, Whitney. Second.
I'll second it.
Thank you, Barry. Comments or questions? Go. Oh, you don't have your hand up. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Roll call.
Meadows.
Yes.
Coward.
Yes.
Harville.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Venable.
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
And Young.
Yes.
Item B, second reading of bill number 2022-016, authorizing a real estate transaction with David Joint.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri, authorizing and approving a conveyance of real estate by the city to David and Janet Joint, husband and wife, and further authorizing the preparation of a special warranty deed and other necessary documents for purpose of such conveyance.
Is there a motion?
Mayor, I motion we approve.
Thank you, Mayor New. Second. Thank you, Whitney. Questions or comments?
Jog my memory, was there a price in there, or is it just the amount of it?
I think it's 2,500.
Is that what it was? Okay. I'm just curious.
Yes,
I couldn't
yes,
remember
it was there. Yeah, good question. Any other questions? Roll call.
They're already, one second.
Whoop, there is a question.
Sorry. They're already taking care of this property and that land already. So this is literally just, okay, you want to buy this piece that adjoins yours that the city won't have to take care of now.
Yes, and
So-
it also defines the boundary for when we do the storm drain.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know why that wouldn't come out of my mouth. Good comment, thank you. Anybody else? Roll call.
Meadows.
Yes.
Coward.
Yes.
Harville.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Venable.
Yes.
Turner.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Thank you. Item C, second reading of bill number 2022-017, approving a rezoning application for 1290 Locust Street, parentheses, third and final reading on August 1st, 2022. So we won't be voting on that tonight.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri, approving the rezoning application for 512 Investments located at 1290 Locust Street.
Okay, thank you. Item 8, new business. First reading of bill number 2022-018, approving a preliminary site plan for 512 Investments located at 1290 Locust Street.
An ordinance of the City of Boonville, Missouri approving the preliminary site plan for 5 total investments at 1290 Locust Street, Boonville, Cooper County, Missouri, providing an effective date therefore and repealing all ordinances in conflict with this ordinance.
Okay, Item 9, reports of standing committees. P&Z, Albert?
We did have a P&Z meeting on July the 12th. And there are a couple of loose ends that we need to tie down. The first item is the property at 213 Ashley. In prior readings, it's been referred to as West Ashley, 213 West Ashley. And I'm making a request that it really should be 213 East Ashley. So the request is all records from forward should reflect this property as 213 East Ashley. The other item we need to tidy up, I guess, is there are 8 members of the P&Z committee. There were 5 members at the latest meeting on July the 12th. Why 4 members represent a quorum, so we were able to conduct business, and we did. And part of the business was a public hearing. And this was to take up the zone request of 213 East Ashley Road. I have here before me a list of signatures. There was a presentation made, and I have here a list of signatures, about 90 or so signatures, that's in support of the property on 213. That is a dog training facility. And we've had quite a bit of discussion about it. These signatures represent almost all of the neighbors, the area, the neighbors, the people who live in that area, as well as people outside. So there's strong support for this rezoning. When we got to the point where the chair asked for a vote on this particular item, as I say, there were 5 members. 4 members voted in the affirmative, voted yes. 1 member abstained. So that means it did not carry, the motion did not carry. So moving forward, we can still go forward with that with 2 things we'll need to do. Number 1, we want to have a public hearing on this particular property for April, 8th or 18th, what is it? August the 15th, pardon me. Public hearing. And then I'm going to make a motion right now that we do hold a public hearing on this particular property in our August the 15th meeting. So I want to make that motion now. Put it on the table, Mr. Mayor, if that's okay.
Please.
Can I do that? I move that we do hold a public hearing with respect to this property on August the 15th in our council meeting.
Is it 15th or the 16th?
So Albert, you're wanting to do that public hearing here, not planning and zoning,
No,
correct?
I should, you good point. I should say that planning and zoning did hold a public hearing in our own committee.
Okay, so you want a council public?
I want a council public
Okay,
hearing.
so that's gonna
That's
be
why
for
he's
the,
on the 15th.
right, that's gonna be for the 18th, correct?
Is it, when's
Yep.
that?
No, it's the 15th.
It's the 15th.
15th
Oh,
of
it's the
August.
15th.
Yep. At least
Excuse me.
on my calendar.
Yeah, my calendar was wrong.
So the motion's on the table, I guess.
Okay, is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Susan. Any discussion?
Question. Albert, for that hearing, is that for it to move into the boarding facility? Or is that just the daycare training facility?
Well, that's the boarding, including the boarding.
Okay, very well, thanks.
And the meeting is to do the zoning change.
Okay.
So that's good, Albert. Anybody else have questions? Roll call.
Sorry,
No,
just one more. So you said one member did abstain. Did they have a
Yes.
conflict? Why would they,
Yes, sir.
is that why? Okay, fair enough.
So that left us with only 4 affirmative votes. Now, I guess, are we gonna do a roll call on that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If you're okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
maybe something to put on our notes, Amber, for future discussion, which Mr. Obley points it out here. Why can you have a requirement of 4 people for a quorum, but you need 5 affirmative votes to pass anything? So we might want to update those rules. So if we have 5 and it's unanimous, that it goes through, or if we have 4, there's really no point in having it. Updating the quorum to 5 of 8.
Right.
Be consistent there, so we don't have meetings that we can't have actions in.
Can't do anything.
Technically, we don't need their approval, right? It's just a recommendation. It's still up to the council. We don't need
P&Z, you
the
mean?
P and Z approval. Because
That's-
it's their recommendation that comes to us and we make the decision.
That's a good point.
So,
It's-
I mean,
Yeah, but I think having the hearing, if anybody does have opposing views, it's good to have that out.
I'm not
Yeah,
opposing that. I'm just talking
Right.
about the vote situation.
Yeah, the P&Z would only make recommendations.
Right. And you want to go through the voting process so you can get an affirmed response. But you're right,
I'm
that's
just
not
saying
the
it's not
commitment.
something we have to check off the list before it comes to council.
Right.
Yeah.
It doesn't hold anything up
No,
legally.
and this will go. Okay, good. We got it? Albert, we got it?
I didn't hear a vote.
Okay, well, I was
Oh,
going
yeah,
to ask for.
we're still working on that, Albert.
I want to make sure the conversation's over.
Yes, the only other thing I wanted to say, and I was gonna hold until after a vote, is when this issue comes before the council, we do have to have a supermajority. So 6 of the 8 councilmen needs to vote for this issue for it to pass
Okay,
because of the situation in the P&Z meeting.
okay.
On the signature list, can you share that with the council
We
members?
sure can, yeah. I should have said that.
That's okay. I thought I had it, but I didn't, so thanks.
Roll call.
Meadows,
Yes.
Coward,
Yes.
Harville,
Yeah.
Elbert,
Yes.
Stemble,
Yes.
Yes.
Turner, and Young.
Yes.
All right, so we will say thank you to Teresa for
Yes.
helping us get through this and giving Albert the information that he needed to make sure he did this well. It's always nice to have help, right,
Yes.
Albert? Okay, anything else on P and Z? Or are you done?
Oh, I'm done.
You're done, okay. Item B, Street Alley and Sanitation Board, Susan?
Yeah, that board met, the minutes are in the packet. Most notably, the board voted to keep 7th Street two-way as it originally was, and it was approved.
Good. Any questions for Susan?
I had just what, is it one way now or back to 2-way, or when's it gonna go back to 2-way?
It's back to two-way.
It is back now? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good, thanks.
Item C, Police Board. Michael's not here. The minutes are in there. Any questions? None. Reports of city officials. Kate doesn't have anything to say. Page 29, if everybody would turn to that. We have some committee positions to confirm. Mary Pat Obley, Ed Scribner, Zach Simpson, Christy Winhart, and Lindsay McGuire for the Architectural Review Committee. And on page 30, we have one, that's Josh Snoddy for the Planning and Zoning Commission. Could I have a motion to approve those names for
I
those
motion
committees?
that we approve, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Andrew.
I'll second.
Thank you, Albert. Questions or comments? Roll call.
Meadows,
Yes.
Coward,
Yes.
Harville,
Yes.
Elbert,
Yes.
Venable,
Yes.
Turner,
Yes.
And Young.
Yes.
That was all I had for tonight. Anybody else want to say anything or chime in?
I did have a question, I think maybe for Randy, on the police report. We're running 3 shifts, is that right?
2 shifts.
You run 2 shifts. How
12
many,
hours.
I'm sorry,
12-hour shift.
12-hour shift? And how many persons per shift is it?
Normally, about, I really don't want to answer that, but 4.
You don't, okay, 4 per shift, okay. Well, that one comment in there struck me, that somebody suggesting you have got the term they use, a one approach or +1, I guess, they're talking about, and that struck my attention. Okay. And I had one other item. Just before the Heritage Day, we had some conversation about parking downtown. And as I recall, someone was going to kind of monitor that and see how that was working, whether it was going to work for us, so we can make a better decision in the future. Did anybody do that, or do we have a report on that? Do you know?
There has been no follow-up discussion with the chamber on the things that they want to change or improve. So, yes, we'll need to get that done. Albert.
Okay, so that's still an outstanding item.
Yeah.
It's still outstanding.
I wonder if that should be called to the Chamber of Commerce and ask them for like kind of like an after-action review of
We
the events.
had asked for it, they had agreed, but nothing's been scheduled.
Gotcha.
And which tells us maybe we need to call them.
Right.
Right? Good reminder. Thank you. Anybody else? Go
Yeah, I
ahead.
had some other miscellaneous. I just want to say, after the follow-up about Troutdale, the drainage ditches, after the meeting, last meeting, I talked to them. They were going to go out there, I think, on Friday after the meeting, and that's why I didn't send the pictures. I went out there Saturday. The drains look great. I went down there and I went and looked all through the drains, and I think Barry, you went down there too. didn't
Yeah, I
you?
went down there too, and they look really good, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Good job, son. Good job, Jeff. Good job, Barry. Anybody else? Oh, Susan's got something.
I was just thinking that kudos for our water resources report. There's a lot of work that goes into that, and while I don't understand a lot of it, I think it's a good thing. I just wanted to acknowledge that.
Sometimes a picture says 1,000 words, I guess.
Yeah. Well, just the amazing amount of detail.
Yeah.
It's
So we probably
incredible.
ought to congratulate
You've
Russell
got it
on
all
passing the
memorized?
test.
Yeah,
You got it all memorized?
I'll find it.
We should congratulate Russell for passing his test.
That's right.
Saw
Yep.
that at
Yeah.
the start.
Yeah,
Good
So he's
job.
got it all memorized.
Is there,
there you go. That stuff on there. What else we got? Steve, what else we got?
Albert?
got one more. Anything on the taxes?
Taxes?
How could you forget?
How quickly you forget.
I was on
Because I
vacation
cut
and
off,
didn't
our
forget.
drop dead date is August 1st, is that right? That's the next meeting, it's decision day, is that?
What are we talking about?
The
With
county
county taxes,
Oh.
tax collection.
Extension,
Ed, how do you
tax
forget?
extension.
Staying,
We're-
that would,
August
No.
2nd's the vote.
no, nothing on that.
No.
Decision is still August 1st.
That's the way it's gonna be.
Okay.
Kate comes back from vacation on Monday, and I'm gonna ask her if she wants me to shoot another email to them and say,
We're
hey,
gonna,
can
we're
we-
gonna give them another shot.
yeah,
Sure.
you know, you told me you were gonna put us on this agenda,
Right.
but I'm gonna talk to her first.
Yeah.
Have to see.
Good question. Wish we had a better answer.
Added to,
Steve?
that's nice. Motion, we got it.
So when's the library gonna open up at Kemper?
I don't know,
I can,
but you've got
Susan does.
Susan,
I could tell you where things are. They continue to fundraise. We've had a lot of good activity in terms of fundraising. The board is meeting to look at a new architect for the interior design of the building. And while we had hoped at the end of the year that the library would be open, with all the slowdown in delivery of furnishings and that type of thing, I feel pretty sure it'll be into the first part of the year at this point. But our beautiful parking lot exists, the street lights are up, the landscaping has been done. I think there had been a few issues with air conditioning, and a little bit of plumbing issues that the city was going to take a look at, and I'm sure they probably have, I just haven't heard. So it's all work behind the scenes right now that don't really have anything to show yet in terms of the furnishings and
So
that
what
type.
are we gonna do with the old city library on Main Street?
Well, that's up to the city and the library board to make a decision, so, I think we're at the point where they're, establishing the footprint of the library down on Kemper campus. So that's all clarified, and I think switching buildings will be
That's-
ready at that point, won't it?
they move out.
It's
and-
when they
and it's
move
ours.
out.
And
Oh,
no,
okay.
there's
It's-
no definitive plan for how or what we're gonna use it for.
Okay.
Good question.
One more thing.
Andrew?
West Morgan Street, I've not driven down there,
That's nice.
but it's open.
Great.
Oh, it's nice.
Project complete,
It's beautiful.
That's beautiful. That is.
so job well done. Do it right the first time, so we don't have to do it again for another 50 years, hopefully.
I'm thinking 100
So-
years.
She
That's
put out a
good.
really nice thing on Facebook to Grice, and
Yeah, so,
Whatnot.
yeah, congrats to all the city employees
The
and
Mom
Grice
Day.
Trucking and everyone else that put in a lot of labor into that project to get it finally finished and done correctly, which is
Yeah.
important. It's correctly done.
yep.
It was on the front page of the newspaper.
Yep.
Yep.
Steve?
Motion to adjourn. Go home and watch the home run derby.
Thanks, y'all.
Hey, I need a second on that. Okay.
He wants to see the derby. Last time for Pujols.